Hi everybody.
Hi everyone. I'm already sweating in my mohair.
Welcome to Twinset and Purl's Knitting Podcast, episode
42.
Yay. We were just thinking about, if you're a child of a certain age, 42 is
The answer to everything.
From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have a friend who I work with who uses it in his coding all the time, yeah. If he needs to pick a sample of 100, he picks something that's mod 42. That makes me laugh. Yeah. So we are actually a knitting podcast.
And I'm Rachel.
I'm Jo. We are twins who design as Twinset and Purl, and we have lots of patterns for shawls, cowls, hats, sweaters, socks, lots of socks. Yeah. And we like to share with you all of our knitting, our love of yarn, how we design, all sorts of things. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome too.
Yeah.
We'll get on with the show.
It's just going to be a usual.
Yeah, so a little bit of a life update.
Yes.
We haven't podcasted since the end of January. We've both been poorly bad. Rachel's been proper poorly because obviously, those of you who are new here, Rach is having treatment for myeloma, which is a type of cancer. And when she gets an infection, we all have to be a bit more worried. So
ended up in A&E.
She's been in hospital for a few days, but now she's home and she's on antibiotics and she's feeling
a lot better.
Better. We didn't think on Friday. We didn't think we were going to be podcasting for a long time.
On Thursday we were going to podcast. We were planning, weren't we, before you... unfortunately, Jo had to go to Unravel alone. Yeah. But we'll talk about that more later. I think like yesterday I really felt like I...
Turned the corner.
Well, yeah, because I have been taking measuring my oxygen levels because they were really low when I was in hospital. And now they're 96 every
Which is
time.
perfect.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
So I have oxygen.
So we're both feeling better. We were able to podcast. So on with the show.
So we thought we'd squeeze in a podcast today.
Yeah. So the other thing that's been happening this weekend is Unravel in Farnham at Maltings. It's one of our favourite yarn shows of the year, particularly the February one. We really enjoy it, don't we? This time there were a lot more vendors and a lot more people on the Friday in particular. Saturday's always a busy day.
Yeah.
But on the Friday there was a lot of people. But yeah, it was lovely. Met up with some other podcasters. Saying hi to Tracy and Kirsty from Wool and Wishes.
Hi from me.
And some of our lovely friends.
So thank you to everybody who sent well wishes to me.
And a massive thank you to Sally Trollope, who she wasn't going to go and she turned up on the Friday to keep me company, so I wouldn't be on my own, which is lovely. And we had lunch together, and that was great.
Miss you, Sally.
So yeah, it was lovely to see everybody. I had a couple of new patterns being released, so that was fun. Should I talk about those now?
Can do. Doesn't make it. It's our podcast.
So I had the Hilary
As
shawl.
Ruth says, it's my knitting.
Yeah, I had the Hilary shawl, which is a long,
better picture,
shallow crescent.
Of it, I mean, rather than you.
I don't really have one of the full thing. I have one of.
No, but the one on the dummy, on the thing, you've got the proper, all the cables showing that you put on Instagram.
Okay.
Just show that.
Right. Yes.
Sorry, but that's the bit people need to see.
Okay, well this is the main feature of the Hilary shawl. It is a crescent in a similar vein to the other crescent shawls that I've produced, but it has this lovely cable.
It's a long one, isn't it?
It's a long one, yeah.
You showed it before?
Yeah, so it's been on the podcast before, but that launched this weekend, and if this gets up before lunchtime or this afternoon, there's a few hours left.
But it will go on to the podcast bonus.
Yeah, so there's a few hours left of the intro offer, which is 25% off, with the code Hilary. But it will, as Rachel said, it will be on the podcast bonus.
But I just have to say, the design feature that I love the cables. I love that it's reminds you of Auntie Hilary, and that's all wonderful, lovely. But the way you designed it so that that's the bit that will show when you wear it is the bit that's the chef's kiss. I'm not going to knit one. Don't get me wrong.
The yarn is beautiful though. The yarn is from Wool Decanted, and it's their vintage 23 blend. I haven't got the details, but it's beautiful. It's a non-superwash British wool.
It's called Island.
The colour is called Island Dusk. But yeah, they've got some beautiful colours. So you should go and check them out. It's definitely and I have.
If you were lucky enough to go to Unravel, you hopefully would have seen them.
Mulling around in my head is a double knit Hilary cowl, because I don't think you could do her as a double. Most of the shawls you could do double knit if you wanted to.
And I was going to say, I was going to make a word up then.
Massive.
Yeah.
But I think I've got an idea mulling in the back of my head that we could make a Hilary cowl in double knit. So watch this space. So overall a lovely weekend. A few little hiccups, parking ticket and a flat tyre, which
you drove over a nail, didn't you?
I drove over a nail. The man at Quick Fit said that it was the perfect puncture because it could be mended. It was right in the middle of the tyre. He said the screw was like 3 inches long.
Oh my God.
So fortunately that was £30 rather than 300 for a new tyre. Yeah. So my husband was like, this is going to be an expensive weekend. But, so it was lovely, and it would have been even more lovely, obviously, if Rachel had been there with me. But made the most of it.
What about your other pattern?
Oh yes, my other pattern. At the moment, this pattern is exclusive to Botanical Yarn, so you can buy it from her website with a kit, and that is for the Sophie hat. Now I don't have either version that I knit in Botanical Yarn. I only have the first one that I made, and this I made to go to Norway, and I made it so that they couldn't lose me.
So you made it so that you looked like a little gnome.
A little gnome, a Smurf. Smurfs' hats are white, aren't they?
Yeah, their faces are blue.
And their faces are blue. So this is the Sophie hat. And you can see.
And there's the Sophie beanie, isn't there?
There's a Sophie, the second one that I knit, which I was hoping to have, but Sophie decided she needed for the stall, is slightly shorter. So you knit one less repeat of the pattern.
Excuse me, I'm really sorry about coughing.
Yeah, so you can knit one less repeat and make it.
It looks lovely on you like that. I like a slouchy.
Yeah. So I was thinking that you might want this to go with your Cecil
I think
shawl.
I might need it to go with my Cecil.
So I've got to knit another one, but fortunately
you are knitting another one.
I am knitting another one. Yes, but I was going to knit another one of the vintage romance. No, what's it called? Antique Valentine. I keep calling it vintage romance colourway, but it's not. It's antique Valentine. So I've got that enough left over. So when you do the, I think you could get 2 slouchy ones out of 100 grams of fingering and 50 grams of mohair. But you can definitely get 2 of the beanie.
Or one of each.
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely.
So that's launched today. That's available through Botanical Yarn.
Cool. We'll put a link, shall we?
We can put a link, yes.
Cool. So, the other thing, let's talk about that, and then we'll talk about.
Oh yes. So when we go to shows, we like to buy a little giveaway for the podcast. Do we do giveaways or do we do giveaways?
We do giveaways. Nobody notices us enough.
So I went round a few of the stalls and got a few little bits. So we will be giving this away if you write a comment on this episode. And what will the comment be? What's your favourite yarn show?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So there's stitch stoppers from Botanical Yarn. Lovely spring tulips, I think they are.
I'm leaving mohair on you.
Are you?
Yeah.
There's a little tin from Emma Ball. I got that at the Wensleydale Long Wool.
Take the price off.
Take the price off. But this is the new design for the tin, and it's this sheep wearing a hat with sheep on, which I just thought was adorable. And a lovely lady whose name I can't remember.
She's lovely.
She's lovely. She gave me a little mini DK Moonlight 20 grams of, and hand wash it. So there's a little mini in there.
And then we just added this from our little stash of bags and things that we've been given to give away for giveaways. And this is by the lovely Conchita Prala, who is Butternut Handmade, her on Etsy. It's very difficult in this little notions bag to show you that, but we will link her Instagram below.
Yeah.
And she makes beautiful bags, and this is just a little, offcuts, maybe a little notions package. So that is the giveaway. So yeah, so we will pick a winner the next time we podcast, which will probably be in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, and we're going to have quite a few winners then, because we'll have the catch up with all our admin. We'll have a January winner.
Yeah, we have been a bit lax, I'm afraid.
February winner.
And the winner of the Scrappy Sock-Along, which ends, it's been going on for a whole year.
And it ends on the 29th of February.
So,
great.
Yes. Wonderful.
So, we move on to
what we're wearing.
What we're wearing.
Because you've got an FO and I've got... So I'm wearing the Lady Violet sweater, which is a design by me. And I've seen quite a few of them lately on Instagram. It's just a kind of loose gauge like the ranunculus or the love note. So for fingering and mohair held together. And then it's a simple raglan, but it's got this nice lace design on thing. And 3/4 sleeves that are quite kimono-y, would you say? So no decreases. Although, of course, you can put decreases in if you don't like that. And you can do a longer sleeve. Yeah, so
it's lovely.
And I can't remember really quickly. And I can't remember the colour. Candy Tuft
Umbalata.
And I'm leaving it's Botanical Yarn.
Leaving mohair all over me.
Designed in collaboration with Botanical Yarn. But obviously that you can get the pattern from our Ravelry store.
So if you're still doing kits next year's?
Well, it's two skeins of fingering, two skeins of mohair, and you can, I think you can get up to size 4.
And you probably need 3 skeins if you were going to do it with Surrey.
Yeah,
because there's less.
Yeah, a couple of testers knitted it with Surrey. I'd like one in Surrey actually.
Cool.
Yeah. So I haven't worn it for a while. It's very warm.
And I'm wearing an FO.
You might have to stand up.
Yeah. This is the Meander Vest by Clara Pushin.
Shall I show the phone or you?
And it is a it's got a split side, slightly longer at the back, and it has this cable. Can you see that? I can't see in your privacy screen. This angle.
You can see the cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting construction. I haven't knit anything like this before. You start...
Have you ever knitted a V-neck?
Yes.
You have.
But you start with a provisional cast on and you do 2 little bits, back bits maybe. Then you come down one side. Then when you've done one side, you pick up and knit across you do the double knit band across the back. And then you do that side and then you join and you do that. Then you undo your provisional cast on, undo the back.
Oh, until you get to the armhole.
Until you get to the armhole. Then you pick up and knit in the round and then you split again and do the front and do the ribs, the front and the back. The yarn is
you got Worth,
with you? No. Worth Mills DK from Woolly Knit in the colour Harvest, and I used just over 2 balls, and it was really cheap. It's like £4.85
Did
a ball.
you buy one more ball?
I bought 1 ball.
From Woolly Knit?
No, I bought. They sell it at No Frills, which is my local yarn store, and I went in there to try and find some yarn to knit it with, and I bought a ball of this.
You already had it.
Then when I got home, I realised I already had 2.
The same colour?
The same colour.
Oh my God, Jo.
Different dye lot.
Yeah.
So I saved the one that
The new one.
a new one, and I did the back rib
You can't tell
with the new one.
at all.
I think the only thing I might have done differently is another repeat of the...
Yeah. Just to go under the
Just to
boobage.
go under the boobs. But, you can pull it down a little bit.
No, it looks lovely.
It's,
You wore it yesterday?
I wore it yesterday with a multicoloured silk blouse underneath. Yeah, no, it's... and I think because like the jeans are fairly high-waisted and stuff, you don't really notice. But I love I love this murky green. This is this is me all over. But yeah, no, I really liked it. And I knit a size 4. I had been thinking that I was going to try and do it in fingering weight and knit like the size 7 or something. But
so it's DK.
It is DK or Aaron, DK or worsted,
Right.
I guess. But
It'd be nice in like drops.
yeah,
Because they've got so many colours. But you said it's a bit weird, like instructions aren't. You can't. It's not a beginner knit.
oh, it's not a beginner knit, I don't think. No. Yeah, I loved it, and I love the cables, and I might knit one without a pattern. Just
You
like
look
a
dark
grey.
and mysterious, and I look angelic.
Just oh, you look angelic, do you? In your own opinion. What was I going to say?
Can you see? I've got 2 weeks off steroids.
Yeah.
I feel like my face is thin.
Yeah, so I might knit a plain one, or like, I don't know.
I like the cables. I like this cable.
Yeah.
You can't see very well on that. Yeah, I like the usual cake, the traditional.
Yeah.
Actually, I like it all. Maybe the bobbles.
Yeah.
Like the bobbles. What goes down the back?
There's just a slip stitch
Oh,
down the back. So yeah, I like it. I need to find.
All the information will be down below.
Yeah, I need to find the perfect thing to wear underneath.
I think you need a black one or a dark grey
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm getting into double knit. I never not a double knit.
I know.
person.
I'm. Well, my father-in-law and mother-in-law went to on the fjord cruise, and they stopped in Stavanger and they went to the yarn shop, and I asked them to get me some sock yarn, and they asked the lady for sock yarn, and she sold them Aran or DK, really, but he keeps going on about when you're going to knit me the socks from the yarn. Why would I knit him socks necessarily in the yarn that they bought me as a present? Anyway, but I've never knit DK socks. Oh, that's a lie. I've knitted 1 pair for a sample for a shop. Don't like them. Have you got migraine? Oh, goodness. Anyway, some people say they knit DK socks that don't go back. Well, that cannot happen to me. So, yeah. Right. Is that
Right, so that's my FO and what I'm wearing. Well, it's one of my FOs and what I'm wearing.
So I have not been doing too much knitting this month since we last podcast. I literally went to hospital for my treatment on the 30th of January. 31st of Jan, I started feeling ill. It's been like that. But the things I've knitted, I don't have. So I showed last time my Simon that I was knitting for Bird Street. I finished that in time for Unravel.
And John was wearing it. It looked lovely.
Yeah, John wore it all the time. So
Claire wore it for a little bit. But
they may show a picture on Instagram, but it was a beautiful. I had about 8 grams of each colour left at the end. I thoroughly enjoyed knitting it. Once you get on those decreases, man. So I've now only got, well, I did cast on a pair of socks last night, but I've got 2 whips, and I really want to finish them before I cast on anything else. Well, no, that's a lie. I've got to sew in some ends on 1 whip, but I really want to cast on my next Simon, which I will have cast on.
And that's going to be mohair.
Yeah, the one, the drops yarn that I showed in the last podcast was like a beige, I think it's called sand, flora, and then like a teal, dark teal,
nice,
mohair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Although I've got my Cecils planned out, and Joe's knitting a Maggie, and I really want to knit the Maggie, so just do it quick. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I think, and I actually feel at the moment like I don't need loads of whips. A pair of socks and a shawl.
I've got loads of whips.
I know.
We've swapped places.
We have. So yeah. Although I do want to cast on a pair of socks for Dad. So. Anyway,
I've got 2 FOs.
Yeah, so let me just quickly say that I've knitted 2 sample socks for Sophie. The Galentine's, if you get your hands on, you can still get your hands on the Galentine's colourway. It is amazing. I just loved, I've got the yarn somewhere, but no. I loved knitting that one. It was just a different way. She's dyed it a different way than she normally dyes. It's lovely. And then Peach Fizz, well, I'm sure it's Peach Fuzz is the Pantone colour of the year. Anyway, that's her Pantone colour of the year, and it's also beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. So those socks were at Unravel. But that's basically, and what I'm going to show you my
what you've done.
Yeah.
So,
but, you can really gauge how someone's feeling by whether they're knitting or not.
Yeah.
And
well, when I got home last night, I made a comment to the people, some of our friends that we'd met. They were asking how Rachel was, obviously, at Unravel. When I got home, I said, she's eating and she's knitting, so I think she's feeling better, starting to feel better. So, and there's even talk of podcasting, so it's happening. Right, so one of my FOs is my second.
So it's not the same sock.
It's not the same sock. I can't find the other one. I don't know what I've done with it.
Oh, Joe.
It's obviously somewhere in my house, so it will be found. But this is the second sock.
That's why you keep them together rather than cramming them in a small little bag.
Okay, I will learn my lesson. But anyway, this is the other.
You're forever saying to me, I can't find this.
I know. I do a bit of a pit of a craft room though.
Can I have a look?
You can.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Because I've got some. Oh, I love it.
It is ice cream.
We can have twin socks.
Yeah, it's Neapolitan
it's just
ice
beautiful.
Cream.
That green stripe going through, because it is like a stripe all the way through.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. Mondim, everybody. Beautiful sock yarn.
And I've cast on another sock.
Does it have nylon in it?
Yes. I've cast on another sock.
Look at that here.
And it's thinner, and I don't like it as much. The yarn.
What's the yarn?
Aimée.
Controversial.
I might need to do it at a 2.5.
More stitches.
Well, I'll show you.
More stitches.
I'll show you. It's one of my whips.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, so
I love it.
Yeah.
I kind of want it to be a Musselburgh, but it looked like that. It wouldn't.
You could try.
No, because it would be the top would.
Yeah.
The top would probably pool. Look at the toe. It's so cute.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that's.
Don't wear earpods to AirPod to listen to us, because coughing will burst your eardrums.
And then I made a little beanie.
I think I'm sure you talked about it, because you talked about the different, or maybe
Oh, the different colours.
maybe
the
just
play
told
and
me it looks so small, but wait till you see it on her head. It looks amazing. It's just so cute. It's almost like in between a beret and
But when you wear a Mac with a hood,
yeah,
you have to have a small hat.
yes.
Otherwise, you don't. It takes too much space. And
Also,
the hood doesn't come far enough forward to stop you getting wet.
My hood needs a hat, otherwise it's down over my eyes.
Oh right.
It's too big, so it needs a hat. Not necessarily a slightly big hat, but like that would be fine. But yeah, when I don't have a hat on, I can't see where I'm going.
But yeah, but I love this colour. Although I'm aware that it might make me look like I've got a bald head.
No.
But
Definitely
it's
not.
just
It is
the
that.
simplest.
It's that lovely colour.
It's the simplest of hats, though.
Yeah.
Just a little inch of rib, stocking stitch, 4
decreases.
4 decreases.
Love it.
And I use hardly any yarn. I've literally got.
So you could write this up. Oh,
I
look
could-
at your knitting is just beauteous.
I could write it
I'm gonna
up
try
and it would
one.
be could be free.
This one probably might, I'm going to stretch it out.
Go for it.
Oh, reminds me of my bald head.
So yeah.
I loved my when it just grew back, the otter fur. My favourite. I wish I could
Keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So little quick beanie. Then we're on to on to whips.
And those are your FOs.
Those are my FOs.
Right. So I actually, well, they're not really. They're not 100% an FO because I have not sewn in the ends. And Jo told me to keep one inside out. So I
Yeah,
haven't
no, you
actually,
have to see. It's amazing.
the other one I haven't even kitched the kitchen of the toe actually. But these are my scrappy self-striping socks that I started. I think I got to about. I've done them. Anyway,
And I was very confused, if you remember
You
last
were.
time.
Do you
over
want to
what
hold
you
that
were
one?
doing.
So I knitted them in tandem.
How many stripes have you got?
So there's 34 different coloured stripes. And obviously when you...
I've nicknamed them the Doctor Who.
Yeah. So at the end, I think I used 6 balls from the Dotty Wool Company, leftovers from... I knitted the originally knitted the socks in each colour. It was a monthly club. And then this blue at the end, I had like 4 rows. I just added 4 rows with this one colour because I didn't want to start another.
Oh, right.
So it's just this one.
Oh,
So-
you don't want to start another
ball.
Yeah.
And then, so you get all those stripes, but you don't. It seems like quite a lot of ends, but it's not as many ends as if you'd done a real scrappy sock, maybe. So I've got to sew all the ends.
I know,
in.
because you'd have had 2 times 31 ends.
Yeah.
Plus your heels,
Yeah.
cuffs, and toes.
So I'm gonna.
That's a lot of ends
Yeah.
for a pair of socks.
So I'm gonna sew all the ends in today. Just sit and do that. And yeah. So that's my last. Well, not that I can win a prize, but they are the last. That was the last effort for the scrappy sock along, and I think lovely.
Yeah.
Do you want them?
I was just thinking that I would love a pair, but
There's yarn left over if you wanted to knit.
yeah.
And they're living in. This was my. I think I talked about this last time. I gave Sally, who makes bags for Sophie, my sparkling fountain sweater that doesn't fit me anymore, that she loves, and she made me a bag. And this one will be going away because it's soon, no longer winter.
Right, I'm not going to show this bag yet because this was an acquisition at the weekend.
Okay.
These are my socks that I've cast on.
Yeah.
Not done very much. Just got past the rib.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the? So this
I
yarn
think it's
is Aimée.
I would give it a little bit more of a go. I'd do at least an inch of stocking
Yeah.
stitch before you.
And it's colour Andromeda.
Mhm.
So it's
That's fine.
Aimée
It's just thinner. You just.
Merino Super Sock in the colour Andromeda.
It's just you've knitted the other one and you need to get used to it
Yeah.
because that's what this is normal sock yarn.
Yeah. So it's beautiful. I love the colour.
Mm.
And I decided just to do vanilla because I think you'd have to really work at what pattern.
I think a cable would probably show, but not.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do round. It'll be my handbag.
And then you might
handbag
finish them.
knitting.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think a vanilla sock. I've done a couple of pairs of vanilla socks and done them really quickly, but not anything with a pattern.
I know, and it
unless
depends.
I'm on a deadline. Like I knit the ones for Ruth's Dust 'em Off Mal, but if I'm on a deadline, I'm all right. But if I'm just
if you really want
them,
them, because you really want a pair of Collins, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I might plan Colin for Christmas.
Right.
So like start in November.
Well, maybe we can have another.
Yeah, we'll have another
Another
knit along.
Well, we'll definitely have to have a knit along when Bridgerton comes out.
Yeah. Maybe I could do them then.
I think we should, because
I don't even know when it's coming out now. I'm all over the place with it.
it's May. It's May and June. There's two.
Oh, right.
There's three. I believe half of it, and then half later, a few weeks later.
Oh right, so we've got quite a long
To
time
make
to knit
people
2 pairs of
keep their
socks.
Netflix. I don't even think about getting rid of my Netflix,
No.
but that's what
Well,
some
there's
people do.
like thousands of people, millions of people.
But
who've got it.
anyway, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Shall I design a new sock?
You could do. couldn't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Next whip.
Yeah.
Living in my
Perfect.
main Madder Root main bag, which I bought a long time ago.
There's a tapestry needle there.
Yeah, it was in the sock.
Oh right, okay.
So this is my Musselburgh bag. All I need to knit a Musselburgh. It's kept in there, and I am on the decreases. I've got that much yarn left, so let's hope. So I'm on to these are called sock, Wonder Sock. They were the first ones like this, yeah, from Addy. So yes, I'm on the decreases. So that's my blowing out. That's my, it's beautiful, isn't it? This is Botanical Yarn, Everyone's Welcome in My Garden.
How long has it taken you to knit that?
Which was my,
Did you cast it on?
oh, I haven't got my book with me. Definitely this year.
When I see stocking stitch like that, I want a sweater. Is it 3mm?
2.5. So
a sweater at 2.5mm.
And I just want to cast another one on straight away, just to have that to take out with you. Although, of course, this year I am knitting vanilla socks. So, yeah, so I'm going to finish that today. I did want to finish it for the podcast, and I just want to show my cast on because everyone's showing theirs and mine's pretty good.
I've never knit one.
Haven't you?
No.
Well, they're just because it reminds me of my favourite beanie for when I was having chemo, which was £4 from Amazon, and everyone kept giving me lovely things, and I just kept wearing that. So, do you think I have enough yarn?
Yes. Well, you've measured it, haven't you? Weighed it?
I didn't actually. Because I thought I was doing a shorter length than I must have had more yarn in the ones that I knitted for Robert and Dad. Can I have the same? Dad's was Botanical Yarn.
Well, sometimes they get a little bit more in this.
Yeah, his got to like Dad. I think I had that much left when I finished Dad's. But he doesn't like it that much. It's too big, he said.
Oh, he's always got criticism.
Yeah. So what next?
Right,
How many more whips have you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 more?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I
What
was
are you doing?
knitting a baby
Let's move that out of the way.
baby jumper for my friend in King Cole
You showed
bamboo
it.
cotton, and I have given up on it because I rejoined for the sleeves and I don't like it. So I've given up and I've now knitting
Something you do like.
something I do like, and it's from Berge de France. Free pattern. Let me see it very. A little
Aww.
jacket. It's got cables up the front and then like a little placket across.
Does it have buttons?
It has buttons.
I need my
And
glasses.
I'm knitting the smallest size because he was tiny, he was premature. Yeah, he was premature. So it's this pattern, it's like a broken
It's lovely.
broken rib. So he's only tiny, and I want it to fit now, and then I'll knit him another one if they like
Isn't that
it.
yarn beautiful?
And this is the front. This is the left front with the cables. And
Oh, you finished that last
I
night.
finished that last night.
Because you were talking. She was reading the pattern out loud to try and understand it, and neither of us could.
No, I've got the other ball of yarn in here with the label, so you can.
Oh,
what
it's
it
so
is.
lovely. And you've done that out of that much already.
Yeah.
So there's loads.
Yeah. So this is. I take the price off. I don't know if that's the price anymore because I've had it for a long time. Deep Stash. Rosarius 4. Merino.
Marianne.
And the colourway 1. 01. And it's this lovely sort of rusty grey beige.
And it's 100% merino.
And it's 100% merino.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh. Let's hope he doesn't go chunky quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to get a teddy bear, put it on if he's too big for it. But I'm hoping I'll have it done by next weekend.
You need to meet him, don't you?
I do need to meet him. He's called Rory. Rory Rust. So yeah.
And he's got a big
and
sister.
I'm holding
and
that.
he's got a big sister who loves him.
Yeah, he does.
Who Joe's knitted a lot for.
And this is in Button-Up, handmade bag.
I love it. I love the cord.
Yeah. Shall I do another one?
Yeah.
So I knit the Sophie hat in the fingering weight and the mohair held together, and then I found this ball of double knitting, and I decided I was going to knit one without the mohair.
So funny.
I need to find
You cast that on the other day.
Yeah, I've got another ball, obviously, but I need to find it. So this is the Sophie hat in double knit, and the yarn is herd yarn, and I think it only comes in natural colours.
Oh, it's lovely though.
It's beautiful. It's from somewhere in Scotland. We can put a link down below so you can get some more information.
I'm going to knit one in DK rather than mohair.
Yeah,
I think.
I'll just put it on.
You sure?
Show you. Yeah.
I'm going to lose stitches. You're going to start decreasing soon, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I am decreasing.
Oh, right,
already.
okay. Love it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a quick knit. If it would be finished if I had the other ball of yarn with me, and that's in my mini Santa Cruz from Hohe.
In leather, rather than suede.
Yeah,
Mine's
in
suede.
pebble leather.
I almost bought an XL pamper bucket this week. You know, because 2's not enough. 2 pamper buckets isn't. I wanted an XL, and it was blue.
I saw that actually.
But I thought to myself, is that going to make, am I going to have to pay duty on it? Or is it under the duty? Because, not that I mind, you know, obviously if you want a Jojob bag, you buy a Jojob bag. But I'm waiting for I'll wait for my payout for being in hospital.
Right.
It's the thing that kept me going. You get money for being an NHS patient.
You do.
Right, be quiet. So this I just cast on last night because the needles were free from my scrap. Not that I haven't got loads of sock needles. This is Skein and the Stitch. It's the first time I've ever knitted with her yarn. It's called Ages Ago, the colourway, and it's just 75-25, but it just looks different, doesn't it? The way she dyes. Do I hold that up for me a sec? Glasses on. It just looks, I don't know how to explain it, like the dye is washed off in some place, off the stitches, off the yarn in some places. It's just beautiful. So I've done my normal cuff for the vanilla socks, which is 14 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, and then I'm just going to knit. And I've decided, it came with this mini, but I've decided that I'm just going to do everything in this because then I only have 2 ends to sew in.
Yeah.
And I want to actually use this for something else.
And you'll use more of that.
Yeah. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'll give you a bit for your northeastern.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, so Ages Ago. I definitely go and check her yarn out. We'll link her Instagram below. And I think I might have one. I think I bought one at
Yorkshire
Unravel.
And then one at Yorkshire
And then we
Yarn
both had one at Yorkshire Yarn Fest. Yeah. But yeah, definitely love her.
I don't think I've got anything by her.
Yeah, we both had one. Or you had some stitch markers or something. You had those dual semi-precious.
Yeah, I didn't have any yarn.
Right.
Which I'm regretting now.
So yeah, go and buy a skein.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So that's living in my the Woolly Tangle bag, which is me in a project bag.
Lovely.
Don't they remind you of my O-level art?
You were going to say A-level art then. I was
Yeah.
like, neither of us did A-level art. God.
No, I did this screen print with this bird of paradise on that I embroidered. Oh my god, it was a disaster. I got a C, Joe got an A.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You got a B.
I can't remember what I got for art.
Definitely
but I didn't get.
got better than me. Well, I loved my screen print. So we learned screen printing, and then of course my project had 12 different colours in it. I had to go big or go home. But I'm rubbish at like draw it. So in the exam, we had to draw a bowl of fruit or something. Oh my god!
I do a fennel, half of a fennel.
Did you?
Yeah, for my exam.
And you did this amazing. I remember it now. It was like.
Because you get in your art, you get a
You have to fit it into one of the subjects.
yeah.
Don't you?
So it was past, through time or something was the was the thing, and I did 3 mannequins
In different.
from the 40s,
Yeah.
the 20s, the 40s, and the 60s.
And you put like a picture frame over it,
And then
in the
in-
picture frame it
yeah.
was 3D, so it had skirts coming. It was amazing.
And then outside was just painted, and the teacher made me put faces on the mannequins, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. Why do they do that?
I don't know. And we ran out of. Well, we went to a comprehensive. We ran out of materials.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. But anyway,
Mine was over ambitious for my level of ability.
right.
Just say
so
that.
Next whip is Maggie, and I got this yarn at the.
You don't have a Simon on needles.
I don't have Simon on the needles. I have a Maggie and a Ruth.
Yeah.
So this is the yarn that I bought. At the.
We're just gonna say when we had an idea. When Ruth comes out, we're gonna have a knit a member of the family knit along, aren't we?
So
sorry.
No, probably before Ruth comes out.
Oh, I was thinking when Ruth, we could do.
Ruth's not a member of the family.
No, well she is, aren't you, Ruth? You're a member of the family. No, but then we could do the patterns. All the pattern money could go to the Lao. We could. People bought patterns.
Yeah, we could do whatever.
Apart from Maggie, obviously.
Yeah.
See, Maggie's a member of the family.
Okay.
It's a hair.
Right. This is
Sorry.
antique Valentine in the fingering weight, non-superwash fingering
Beautiful.
weight. And I love the non-superwash yarn. I've paired it with pampas grass,
Which is your absolute
which is my
favourite.
absolute favourite, which Sophie thinks is sacrilege in the bright world of Sophie. So I've put those two together to make a Maggie.
It's beautiful.
And I am loving her. Ooh. I'm on section 3.
Hold it a bit nearer. So.
And if you see, look at the bottom bit, you can see the white, the pampas grass just comes out as a little highlight.
And then on the back, it's stripy because it's reverse, reverse garter stitch is the pattern. But you can see either way it looks lovely, doesn't it? Apart from the laces.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Jo. It's so lovely in this yarn. And when you block it, it's even nicer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love the non-superwash. I was saying to Sophie, I need a sweater's quantity of pampas grass, but I'm not letting myself get it until I've knit at least 3 sweater quantities that I already have.
Right.
Because it's ridiculous.
Well, also, I have decided that I'm not knitting garments, so that there's a lot of mine for you to have as well.
Am I doing another one? How many more have you got?
I've got none.
Oh, right, okay. So the next one's Ruth. Ruth's come on a lot since the little
leaps and bounds.
The little nubbing and endy bit that we showed in the last podcast. So I'm knitting Ruth in.
And it is the Ruth Shawl.
It is the Ruth Shawl.
That's the name.
Regia Premium Silk.
Yeah. Merino silk.
Merino silk.
Sock yarn.
Yeah. And this.
Oh, Scheepjes. Alpaca rhythm.
It's a
laceweight alpaca and something.
I don't have the ball bands.
Was it in last time?
I think we looked it up. I'm in the middle of a row.
How do you do that?
Because I had to stop. I must have had to stop.
Bad
for a
podcast.
reason. But anyway, this is how far I've got. Just joined in the second ball. You can see the lovely border.
Beautiful.
And then if you just pull, how it's going to be. So it's got this lacy flower.
And then this side is just a simple slip stitch.
And that's the side you're going to wrap around your neck.
Yeah. And then the border will be a V in the front.
Yeah, the border's going to come across here as well, across the top.
It's lovely. And then if you look, the border has this little lace,
little eyelet
edge, which you'll probably pin out, will you, when you block it?
Try to. I don't know whether it would be that easy to do. But there's
That's
loads of
lovely.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've got that many pins.
Beautiful. Love it.
So yeah, gradually getting there with that. And the pattern is written apart from how many repeats, because I'm trying to work out how many I can get. Plus,
I think take your time.
Yeah, plus where to stop it and start the border. Whether I want 2 yellows in the border or 1 yellow through the middle. So yeah, just working that through.
I'm looking at you blankly because I don't understand. What I think you should do for next time is steam it.
It will be finished for next time.
Oh, okay.
And then we can start the test knit. Cool. And my last whip,
It's nice not to have a test knit for a little while,
it is
isn't it?
nice not to have a test knit for a little while. My last whip is dun, 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 olive.
And she's showing it because she's made significant
I have
progress.
made some significant progress. I have knit a whole sleeve.
Wow. Oh, careful your cup.
And it is, it's perfect.
Looks shop bought.
So now I'm going to join the yarn back in the bottom,
Finish the
bottom, and then knit the other sleeve.
That's lovely, Jane.
I would be knitting it faster if the yarn didn't smell so nice, and I kept having to stop. And
Did you see that Princess
Anne,
Yeah.
the Princess Royal has been to Laxton's. She's got to meet James Laxton. I'm very jealous.
Just have to be a princess to go, obviously.
I've saved the reel.
Have you? Sado. Cool. Not much to go. Yeah, you did that really quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a couple of days of meetings.
So you can.
And I've got my stitch markers every 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So that when I do the next sleeve,
You just take them off.
I just take them off. And that is, it's almost like having stripes in that you get motivated to.
Yeah.
And I've got this much left. So this, I was hoping to finish it with one skein, but that is, I've used just over 50 grams for the one sleeve. So that's just less than 50 grams, and I've got another one.
Did you wear it before?
No.
So it might have been more.
It might have been
Stop smelling the yarn.
less.
Yarn
It
fumes.
might have been less than 100 grams, mightn't it?
Yarn fumes, stop it.
So, but I'm hoping that I'll have some of this, I'll have half of that left over, and then I've got 2.5.
Yeah. Makes it, you could make you can't, hopefully you can't hear
Hopefully you can't hear my stomach rumbling. I was thinking I could hold it double and make the Hilary cowl.
Nice and cables, isn't it? Cool.
So yeah, that's well on the way to getting done. Somebody was asking me when I started it.
Did you write it in your book?
I did. I haven't got my book with me, but I think I probably started it quite soon after I bought it.
Which was September, wasn't it?
Yeah,
September, so probably
like
October. But
But
you
there's
haven't. It's not been.
Oh, it's not been the priority whip. And I've designed 3 shawls.
Yeah. You knit a Cecil in a week.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, because it's not exciting knitting, is it?
No. But
You want the thing.
I want
the
it,
finished
and I
object.
think I'm going to wear the heck out of that.
Yeah.
And we're coming up to the season of being able to wear it over a long sleeve top without wearing a coat, which is perfect.
Be perfect in the car, won't it?
Yes.
Is that all your whips?
That's all my whips.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now for
acquisitions. So we didn't have any acquisitions.
Well, I've got a few presents.
Yeah, we didn't have any acquisitions until this
Yesterday.
weekend.
Yeah.
So
Joe, I've got some lovely things.
there were a
because
few
Jo-
comments made about letting Jo loose at the yarn show on her own. I don't think I did. I don't think I.
You didn't do too badly. No, you did well. You were good, but I'm quite glad I didn't give you the Twinset and Purl card. So I'll just quickly and say thank you to people who sent me some stuff. So I got a beautiful present from Karen, Photo 3P. Not really knitting stuff, just things to make me feel better, which was lovely. Some of her, what's it called that?
I don't know.
The photography where you put the plant
like
on the paper.
photo
Yeah,
resistant or whatever.
yeah.
Light resistant.
She made a heart. I think that's beautiful. Anyway, Sophie sent me some sweeties and this lovely bag. Was that the Unravel bag?
No,
What bag was that one?
I think it must be. It's a new
Yeah,
pattern,
fabric,
but I
which
don't
I
think
love.
it was the
Love
Unravel
the
one.
fabric. So she sent me. I'd written to her and said I'd messaged her before and said I want one of those. And I was going to buy it at Unravel, and she sent it to me. And then lovely Ruth, because we were supposed to meet up with Ruth
Yeah.
on the 9th, and that's the day I ended up in hospital. So it's a good job I didn't go to Bristol, have a fever.
Yeah.
So she sent me this lovely bag by So Yarnalicious, which is one of her faves and one of my faves, sock sacks. So they're really handy.
That's really cute.
And
Hearts and socks.
hearts and socks. And she sent me a fridge magnet, which we can put on the fridge actually. And a skein, a ball of the Mondim that Jo's knitted her socks out of, so we can have twinny socks. So they will be passed on soon.
Yay.
Thank you, Ruth, so much. You're so lovely. And thank you, Sophie, for my present. I've already said thank you, but that can go in there. And then we're on to Unravel. So shall I start with Unravel? I've crammed it all into this. So let's take it out. So first of all, Jo bought me these lovely, we've swapped one. We don't know where yours are, do we?
Yes, we do. I found them.
Oh, you found them? You didn't tell me that. Jo bought me some beautiful progress keepers from Lilliput White,
And I had those.
which are, she uses either sea glass that she finds.
So this says, made from a selection of beads being destashed by the talented Earth Balance Craft.co.uk. These special edition stitch markers are made using semi-precious gemstone beads in a range of earth and nature colours.
And mine says I am.
And yours says, this range of stitch markers has been made from the broken and unloved jewellery found in charity shops. They have been broken apart, cleaned and dried before being turned into stitch markers, given a second chance.
Oh,
So Rachel's got these like faceted beads,
beautiful.
and I've got one of those because we swapped.
Yeah.
And then these lovely
It's really smooth.
earthy tones.
Yeah.
And I got them as progress keepers because this one in particular has got lots of different sizes, and depending on what you're knitting, I love a progress keeper. Keeps me motivated. You need different sizes, don't you? So that would have been perfect on here, wouldn't it?
And then I got gifts from Bird Street, Get Well Soon Gifts. This is their Super Fuzzy Deeper, and it's the Super Kid mohair,
So the long staple.
the good stuff. Mulberry silk. So what pattern of yours is it? It's two strands together. A cowl.
Oh, Morton Street.
And the Knitting Shed gave me the Marmalade Police, which is beautiful and actually was their bestseller. It's gorgeous. We love Ainsworth and Print by the Knitting Shed. Just stunning. That's going to make a gorgeous pair of socks. And Jo also bought their show, well, not their show colourway. They showed this on Instagram just before the
Yes.
before Unravel.
My comment was, well, I'm going to need some of that.
Yeah. So it's called Friendsham.
I think you probably could knit that with that and something. If you did a Maggie, those two together. No.
These are going to be socks.
Yeah.
So this is also their classic sock. Did you buy it on classic sock? Yeah.
Yeah. I want socks in that too.
And then
This is also from
Knitting Shed.
Knitting Shed. A friend of theirs prints the fabric and makes the bags.
And makes the bags.
I think she makes the bags, and she dyes the lining fabric as well.
Does she have a name?
No. But
They only had a few, didn't they?
they only had a few, yeah, and then there's some needles in there. But yeah, I love that. That's so. You say that's you in a project bag, and this is probably me in a project bag.
And it'll be quite a quick one. I'd told Jo that I liked the Skein Queen or Skein Queen Unravel colourway, so she got me a skein. It's called Yarn Noodles. Don't know why. Really?
Oh, their theme for this time was yarn ramen.
Oh right.
They had a noodle bowl on the, and then they had ramen in the cafe. I did not partake of the ramen.
Yeah, so that's on their crush base, which is 75-25. Lovely. And then Yarn Badger. I wanted some Yarn Badger yarn because it's amazing. Self-striping. If you go and look on her Instagram, she has the pictures of Unravel, and she's got feet with the socks on. And this is Peacock colourway, which is very apropos. I live in Peacock Moons. Lovely.
And I got the Winter Rainbow on Merino yak.
Oh, that's beautiful how that's dyed.
Can you see it properly?
It's so vibrant.
So yeah, that's going to be...
And then we got another mini. Why did we get a mini?
Because we bought two things, we got a mini.
Oh, Jo gave me the mini. Lovely. That's all the yarn. And then...
I've got more yarn.
Okay. You do your yarn.
I got a skein of double knit from the lovely Beth at Telling Yarn, and this is Arax, which is from a book.
Has it got a dragon on there?
It's a dragon of some sort. I haven't heard of it, but I love
what's
the colour.
that going to be?
I think it's going to be a hat. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Have I ever shown this mug?
Don't think so.
Jo brought me this mug back from America. It's lovely and big, but it also says, "We can be heroes just for one day. XO David." And yours is, what does yours say?
Oh, that's the lady who makes the bags.
No, we're talking about my
Oh,
mug.
sorry. Mine says, "It's a wonderful world." And I think to myself, "It's a wonderful world. Love, Louis."
Where did you get them?
I got them in a shop in Florida, in Winter Garden.
Like place I like.
No, it's
No.
Winter Garden, Winter Park. Winter Park. Sorry, I found the
Sorry.
I found the brochure for the lady who makes the
Those
bag.
ones.
It's Sarah Burns Patterns.
So she prints a lot of fabric rather than necessarily making project bags. Yeah. Amazing.
So yeah, I also got some yarn from Les Garçons. They're sport weight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they used to use the blend from Laxton's,
Right.
and they've now had it redone in a 70-30
Right.
in Canada rather than...
Having it shipped.
Oh no, British sport. The yarn's British, I guess.
Right.
Rather than having the 75-25.
Is it
they
nylon?
wanted,
No,
it's got no nylon.
No.
And I really like those two colours. The colours are, this one is Edith's Butler, and that one is Jill's Dusty Rose. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but
Our maiden name's Butler.
yeah.
What that?
Edith, there's somebody called Edith Butler.
Oh right.
Apparently, he was telling me about it. Vincent was telling me all about it. They had a club.
Were they with the Yarn Story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a club, and there was the butler in the club,
Right.
and then they went and found
somebody
called Butler who they could.
Yeah. Do you not say could be Joanna's butler?
Yeah. So I like those two.
Are they going to be something together?
They're going to be something together. I don't know actually. Maybe something apart.
Depends, doesn't it?
It could be something together and apart. It could be a cowl.
Make a lovely pair of stripy mittens.
Yeah. And then the last yarn is from the Urban Purl. Very drapey.
Yeah.
It's Luxe High Twist Sock, 80% merino, 20% silk. And the colourway is Dido Intense. And I'm going to make a shawl. And I don't know if I'm going to design something new. I might just knit Morris for the summer. I think it'd be beautiful. Maybe I'll knit Morris in our Knit the Family cowl.
Yeah, because we can have a sock cowl and
I love that. I just loved it. I said to her, I'm trying to find something that is not my normal colourway, and that's what I was really drawn to. And then I started looking at other things, beige and whatever, and I was like, no,
you're drawn
to that for the summer. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Do you think I would need to stripe it so that?
Not possibly. I'd see what it's like when you unskein it, because you might see more.
Yeah, there might be more there. Yeah, but and it's so soft.
Oh yeah, and it's high twist. I love it.
Yeah. So that was all the yarn. The only other things I got were
bags.
Oh, and I got some stitch stoppers, and this little. Now I've got one of these already. The contents already.
Yeah.
But I just love this little pouch with a little beaded and the grungy green.
Yeah.
And it's got needles, tapestry needles, a pair of scissors and a tape measure. You can't really go wrong, can you? I also bought some, these are for sleeves.
Right.
In 4mm to 3.25 and 3.5mm. Somebody was telling me that they love them.
Right.
And I thought, I'll give them a go for sleeves. And then some more tips, because you can't get enough tips. I got a bag from Sophie. This was the Unravel colourway.
Right.
And that was the only one she had. I was like, I'm having that. And this bag, which is beautiful. Let me zip it up and show what it's like. So these bags were on Ida's House stand. They're by a Danish company.
Was it in black as well?
They have it in black as well, and in a darker brown. But I really liked the worn, kind of worn in, weathered look of the. And they're by a company called Redesigned Project, and they are based in Denmark, I think, but they have their products made in Italy. And it comes with a big tote bag with it. And what the nice thing about it is when you open it up, it sits flat. So your project.
For when you're at knit night.
When you're at knit night. Grab your tissue. I've got my little notions page.
And there's a zippy thing in the
There's a zip bit. There's a bit for your needles, and then there's like elasticated pouch there, so that when you zip it, stuff doesn't fall out necessarily, I guess. But I just love that, and they were very reasonably priced for what they are. I think
compared to mud.
Yeah,
how you say it.
It's definitely a project bag because hasn't got a long strap or anything for wearing as a crossbody or anything. But
that's lovely.
and I think they did a bigger one, slightly bigger one, which would hold sweater quantity. But I'm a shawl knitter mostly, and that's perfect.
Yeah, lovely.
Get a sock and a shawl in there. quite compact for
Yeah.
yeah. So are you
And
jealous?
I am jealous. I might go and have a look on the website if they've got any left. And then Joe got me this bag from Little Grey Girl, which I do love, but is not the one. We had a misunderstanding. Sometimes I think you and my husband are...
Right, you sent me a picture with two. I sent a picture of
4.
3 bags.
It was 4. There was the one.
No.
There was one underneath.
Yeah, the one underneath wasn't one I thought you'd want.
Oh, okay.
And Rachel put some big crosses on 2 of them.
Yeah.
That meant those were the ones she wanted.
I said either of these 2.
Yeah, I thought you'd crossed out the ones you didn't want, and the 2 that were left were the ones that you wanted.
I should have obviously put ticks.
Or just circled them or something. But the cross to me means you don't want it.
No, it means it's the one I want.
Well, that was obviously a misunderstanding.
Anyway, I do love it, but I was
so that's the one with the navy blue, and I thought,
I was going for like not bold. The tortoise one I like, or turtles or whatever they're. Sorry, I need to cough.
Well, Jem, I don't know if you watch our podcast, but if you watch our podcast, please save Rachel a turtles bag, and we will
buy one. Go online and buy one.
Yeah. I mean, part of me hopes you've sold them all in the show and made loads of money.
Oh yeah, I do. I want that as well.
But the only other thing I've got to show is something that I bought in Scotland, and I didn't bring it with me. And it's this book called Yarn, and they're based in. It's the Journal of Scottish Yarns. They're based in Edinburgh, and I want to knit the sweater that's on the front, or a version of it, because I think it's double knitting, and I don't really do double knitting sweaters.
That's beautiful.
But I think I could probably put that stitch pattern on. But yeah, it's a lovely book. There's lots of nice things, and then there's information about Scottish fabrics, and
I'll have to have a quick look. I'm going to go home.
Well, you can borrow it. I don't need it for a while. But I did mention it on a previous podcast, but I hadn't shown it. So this is issue 4. I didn't get any of the others, but
how much does it cost?
I think it's at the price of a book, so it's like £25 or something.
That really thick.
Yeah, but there's it's the autumn winter, so I guess they do 2 a year. But there's some lovely. I want to do this hat. I just saw a really nice shawl as well. Socks, cute socks.
Yeah, I like that.
Really lovely.
It's like stole, I was going to say.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's crocheted. Oh, that's the hat. Yeah, so check that one out.
Cool. Wow. Energy's, I'm flagging a bit.
I need something to eat.
Yeah, energy's gone. But it's been lovely doing a little podcast. And hope you've enjoyed
all the information about, not necessarily the colourways and things of what we've purchased, but all of the vendors and that will be in the show notes. The information on anything we're knitting will be included, and if you've got any questions, either put them in the comments or email them to us, or
and if
any of the ways that we can be contacted.
If you're knitting,
Ravelry is probably not the best way to get in touch with us, but Instagram or email or comments.
Yeah. And if you've got scrappy socks on your needles, just post in the sock along.
And if you're knitting any of our projects,
put them in
the
join our Ravelry
join our
group
Ravelry group and put them in there because
every month.
Yeah, we draw every month to get for pattern prizes, and it's not for our patterns. We pay for a pattern for you for the winner. So you know,
join in.
Yeah, and you have to be in it to win it,
exactly.
as they say.
Yeah, because all the people who were in the Bridgerton sock along, for example, could have put them in the
You can double dip.
So
yeah.
So the next podcast we will work out our next knit along, when we're going to do our next knit along. Because I think we can start the family one.
We'll have it for running for a long time. You can knit every family member if you want.
Yeah.
Morris needs some more love. I think we need to bring Morris.
I've never finished a Morris, have I?
No, you didn't like the yarn, did you?
No.
We will bring an example of each family member next time.
Cool. Right.
Because Rachel hasn't worn her Cecil out yet.
I haven't unblocked him. I haven't blocked him yet.
Right, anyway, we're wittering now. So thank you for listening. If you got this far, everybody, like and subscribe.
If you haven't already.
Share with your friends, you know.
And we'll be back soon.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.